Alright, we're here on Simon's Family Farm, I think is what it's called. And I just am setting up my farm. I wanted to play on UMRV, but I'm slowly editing it myself. First time with editing and stuff like that, so I've been trying to get it done so I can start making videos on it. And I figured while it's in the working on that I'll make one on this map. And everything that I got right now that it is we have in real life. Like this truck here, I have an '01 extended cab single wheel, and it's also standard. And once we get to the farm, I'll show all the other stuff. We don't do crop or anything like that, so I had to buy stuff that we don't have. But right now, all we got is like, I got a total of 8 cows, and then my granddad has a few, and my wife's pap has a good bit. But that's all we really do is take care of the ones we got, and then me and my dad does hay throughout the summer. Most of the time. We don't know if we're going to be doing it this year or not because of a bunch of stuff going on that we don't know if we're going to have the money or the time to be able to do it. But here we are. This is the main farm that you start out with, and I kind of liked it enough that I figured I'd just keep it. But But like I say, I got a truck pretty well like this in real life. And then we got a PJ instead of a Big Tex, but I'm not a big fan of the PJ mods that we got. And usually I don't haul hay like that, but I had the 82 Studios trailer because our PJ Gooseneck, it has a hydraulic dovetail, so I wanted to keep it close to what we got, but the hay started flipping out when I had it almost completely loaded, so I sold it and got this trailer so that way I could use the auto load. And then we don't have a tractor like this in real life, but we also got a white, I think it's like I know it's a Field Boss or whatever it is, that it's like 40, 50 horse, and it's open station with loader, and it's 4-wheel drive, so I got this because it's somewhat close to that tractor. And then we, it's not the exact type of New Holland spreader, but we do have a New Holland manure spreader, a little bit older than this, only single tire set of the tandems. And then over here, this is a truck like I started. I got it when I was 16, and that it has the brush guard that comes clear out to the side. It's a Chevy. It's the teal green instead of the forest green like this. And then my granddad, he has a Delta 16-foot bumper pull stock trailer that we use. And then we also got I think it's a 7-foot disc mower. So like I say, I tried to keep it close. We only got a 2-spool tattered, but this is what they had in game, smallest one. I think our rake is it might actually be a New Holland. I'm not 100% sure on it. When we got it, it was painted orange and doesn't say what exactly it is. It's not it's not set up like this. The frame's actually crooked instead of the tires being offset from one another, and it's belt drive instead of shaft drive. And then we got a new idea baler that does 4x6 round bells. But to get those bellers on this game, you only have one wrapper, so I just figured I'd get this where I can do different size bells, and if I wanted to, I can get the tuber to use out of the Anderson pack. We got a 4 bottom plow. I think Dad just bought it just because it was a good deal, and that any stuff we got is like garden that we hand plant just for ourselves. We don't sell nothing out of it. So we got that. I got a 6070 tore apart in my garage right now. Don't have a cab or nothing, just a four post ROPS, and I bought it needing a clutch and I tore it apart. Just never have put it back together yet. So I got this one just because I wanted to get something close to it, which is somewhat isn't close to it at all. It's 150 some horse, I think is what it said on the store, but at 6070 is only 70 horse. Then I got a 5610 Ford with loader, pretty well just like this, but I think mine's just a number 2, and it's a little bit smaller, like the frame size and all that, the cab, all that's this exact same, just the horsepower is lower. And mine, it don't have the digital gauges like this cab has, but everything else is spot on. Then we got a mixer just to feed the cows that I got on game right now, and then just in-game slurry spreader. We got a buddy out in Ohio that does grain, and that I think Dad said it was a M3. I'm not 100% sure, but he had a couple of these when he first started. He's upgraded since then, but I figured I'd start out with that. It's actually a really nice mod. And then he also got a B model Mac, but it's not a grain bed. It's just a fifth wheel that he hooks to his trailers. And then we got Southern States Co-op and stuff close by that you can rent these out, and I figured I'd just get this, be close to that, and then the white planner, and I'm going to look on Facebook. I know they made a couple of these that's reskinned. I'm not a John Deere fan. There is some nice tractors they make, like the 4020, the older stuff. Uh, I think 40 series or something like that, like the 4440s and 4640s. And then that, I just got that in game so I can be able to spray, so I don't have to deal with weeds or anything. And then over here, I think our buddy in Ohio started out with a set of discs kind of like that. Had to have the augers for the grain bins. And then we also have a PJ trailer, somewhat like this, like the ramps you have to put in the other side, like right in here. And it's a lot heavier built. My dad had it built, I think, in Texas. He was in the Air Force, and when we was moving back home, he had it specially ordered just so we could move back home. That I think he said that they pay you to be able to move back home once you leave the service, and that it what they gave him to move back Prowell bought the trailer, and we still use it today. But it's, I think, everything that we got right now. The cows are probably close to dying. They're still doing alright, but we need to get out there and feed them. And I'd say that'd probably be a video for now. I just wanted to get this somewhat set up to start videoing and stuff. I'm trying to get better in content and stuff before FS22 comes up, because I've played Farming Simulator ever since 09 when they first started making it. And yeah, it's actually, like, the first one, I bought it from my friend for his birthday, and I think I played it more than he did. And then 11, I snuck around and bought it for myself. My parents never really wanted me to play on a computer or nothing, so I never really got a chance to do it. But and then 13 is when they first started consoles, so I got it for Xbox. And then 15, for some reason, I had it for PC and I think Xbox. And then 17, I had it just for Xbox, and then this one came out, and I started out with it on Xbox, but I eventually was able to get a computer, and after that, it's really nice to have it on computer instead of console. You can actually get stuff you want instead of having to have Lizard brand. I don't know if I need a spreader to spread the straw bales, or if I can just set them in the barn. I put that manure spreader there because I'm thinking that will come out that shaft to load the manure spreaders, but I'm not 100% sure, so I wanted to run some straw bales just to see. I also got a 4th gen Commons, but I don't have any mods on here to kind of replicate it, so I just never got one. It's a crew cab short bed single wheel, and the only ones I got on here is crew cab long bed dualies, which is what I would like to have, but that's what was sitting at the dealership when I was looking for a vehicle, so that's what I ended up with. And I've never dealt with dairy cows or nothing like that, but I figured I got 2 of them on here for the 8 of them, just because we do Prowell cow calf operation, but they don't have that on here, so I got 6 of them. That is the for beef, and then I got the 2 dairy cows so I can keep them all the time. But I guess I'm going to have to go pull out a small loan to get me a straw blower. Our biggest tractor is a 80 horse ag cab. I can't think of what the number is on it, but we use it to put out hay at my granddad's, and then run the baler and stuff. And I got the 5610 Ford 2 years ago, and that's what I use here at our house, which it's not that big of a place or nothing. That just enough to somewhat keep all my cows, and I'm hoping to eventually be able to kind of get out of debt to try to either lease or buy more land to be able to get into a bigger operation. But around these parts, it's really hard to. I would use my mirrors, but it's really hard to do it on this game. The only thing it really picked up was me clicking on the joysticks, which I don't think there's really any traffic on this map. That's I got the first version of the UMRV map where it has the old buildings and stuff, and I kind of like the old buildings better than the newer versions. And I've been going in and editing to where I can mow grass alongside the road, so I can play role play of the state road, taking care of the roads. And I've been adding into the towns, so that way I could have like a little landscaping business to role play with. And I made it where I can buy the town to be able to do that stuff, and also on the far end of it they had a pretty good section of the map that I don't know if he just never finished it or what, but I added roads into it and replaced a bunch of trees to fill it in. And I'm going to see about doing like a warehouse or something to where I can have a trucking company on there as well. And I'm going to try to get with all my friends and give them the mods that I got to where we can all play on there. And that I actually drive big truck in real life for the time being anyways. That's which I grew up around big trucks. That's my pap and my uncle both have companies, and I actually drive for my uncle right now. Works just like that. I don't know exactly how I'm going to play UMR3 once I get it finished, with how my job is and stuff like that. I don't know how much time I actually get to edit that map. I try to work on it every night, but sometimes it just don't happen. It's I work long hours. Once I'm home, I usually do stuff in the garden or watch TV with my wife since I work a lot. And then we just had a baby. He just turned 6 months today, and that just if I get time, I get to it. If not, then I'll eventually get to it. As I used to use that manual attach, I think is what the mod's called, but I just never really got into it. It just didn't seem like it actually worked as great as it could. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put that just yet. I actually need to go out and start spreading lime and stuff. All the fields need lime and plowed, which I might upgrade that plow to a slightly big one just because I feel like it's going to take forever to actually plow everything up. And all these mods that you can see is public. The only thing I'll be using that's not public is that edit of the UMRV map, just because I don't try to take credit of the original modders. Like I say, that's my first time actually modding, and I want to do it just to have my personal touch to the maps and stuff. And I thought about getting into modern equipment, but I'm going to just stick with the map for the time being. Just seems like it's a little bit easier to edit the map, which I ain't really doing much to it. Just I think the hardest part that I'm doing is making it where I'm making the land bomb, which I haven't really figured that completely out, but I'll eventually be able to. Let's say he can go there. Well, I guess it's not going in that building. I wasn't going to put it in this building, but I guess I will for the time being. I think the other reason I watched a couple of YouTubers and it got me into where I wanted to make my own videos, and I played on UMRV, and I also played on Flint Hills and Marksville, which is a pretty nice map, but I think the one that I enjoyed the most is the UMRV, just because I could build my own farm, which at the beginning I never really liked building my own farm, just because I couldn't get it to work and stuff like that. I kept saying it had problems, but I was finally able to figure out how to use the global company to where I can pretty well place anything anywhere, and I've made a couple of really nice farm setups before. I'm recording this on the 6th, so, and it's pretty late. I didn't realize how late it was. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it edited and published on YouTube tonight, but I'd say either tonight or tomorrow is when it will be on YouTube. I try to do one video a week. I can't really do any recording throughout the week because I don't have my own room or anything like that for my computers. And like we live in a pretty old house. It was built in 1910 and there ain't hardly any doors or nothing, so you'd hear too much background noise to be able to record. So I usually wait until the weekends and do it around 11 o'clock or later than that, just so everything's quiet and everybody's asleep and stuff. I got one room that I would like to move my computer to, but it's the only room that has absolutely no outlets. So I've been wanting to remodel this house for a good while, just never have, or don't really have the money to, so. But I'd say that'd be the room we'd start with, just so that way it could have outlets and be used for different things. Right now, that's for the longest time I've collected, I think it's 1/16 scale tractors. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's bigger than the matchbox size, but that's what that room's for. Is all my collectible stuff. That's one thing I hate about starting a new map, is trying to figure out where to put everything. I'd say this head won't fit through that door. Might. Well, it don't, but it does. We'll just go with that. Yeah, it's same size door, so this can go right back here. This is the first version of this map. I wonder if he's going to come in and redo a couple of things, which it's actually a pretty nice map. I mean, he does a really good job at MRG mappings the one that built this and Marksville. And I just wonder if he's going to come in and add more cow pens, or if the cows can reach all of this, because like inside that building there is the milking parlor, and that's why I'd say the manure can come out on that belt right there, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I say, I just downloaded this map last night, and this is, I mean, the first time I played it, I just drove around checking out all the farms and stuff that he done, which is actually really nice. And this is actually my first time playing, actually trying to farm on this map. That's, I mean, the only time I wasn't recording was just to pick out all this equipment and to be able to move it all here, so that way it wouldn't be that long of a video. I didn't realize how long it is already. I think I'm going to just end it here so it's not too long of a video. I'll be on here probably next week. I know tomorrow's a short day at work, but I'd say I won't have time to record or nothing, just because of everybody going to be home and stuff. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Y'all have a good one.